What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream if you're new. Welcome to the stream. Hope everybody's having a great day. Let's have a great stream. We got a lot of news to cover, so definitely we'll get into it overall. But definitely, let's have a great stream. Matt Olson to the Braves. Goodness sakes, wow. What's going on? What's going on? S-Man Jam. Let's go Mets, baby. What's the latest you're hearing? Definitely I'll let you know some latest news. In general with the Mets, I'll say, with the Pete Alonso accident, today he had an accident today. It was unfortunate, his accident and what he went through. His wife was in the car in the back seat. Overall, in general, Pete Alonso's not hurt. Pete Alonso didn't get hurt in any way. He's completely fine. He did drills this morning. In the afternoon. So Pete Alonso is completely fine. He's good to go for spring training for the MLB. So in general, that's pretty much the latest on Pete Alonso. Another latest on the Mets news: Starling Marte. He has an oblique injury. They looked at it. They looked at the MRI and they checked him out. And apparently he seems to be all, definitely all glad they're all healthy. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. For definitely like I said, Starling Marte has an oblique something with his oblique. So, with the Mets and how they, how with the New York Mets and how they, how they play down injuries. So hopefully this is not one of those situations where, the oblique injury is bad and, he misses so much time, because Starling Marte is a very, very, very important part of this team. In general, Starling Marte is going to do so much for this team, and he has to be healthy, man. To be honest, what's going on, Jason? What's going on? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, but man, S-Man Jam, I'm telling you, that's pretty much some latest news. We know about Adam Ottavino, to the Mets last night. Big news there. In general, gives us a nice right-hander, to replace Jerry Familia and, actually, set up Edwin Diaz, if they don't use Seth Lugo a certain day. But the way it's looking, the way the bullpen is looking, Adam Ottavino is going to be a very, very important part of this team. He has that wipeout slider. Very, very excited in general. Let's see what you said here. You think we get any chance to get Correa on a 1-year deal? I'm not gonna lie to you. 1-year deal, Carlos Correa. I really, really, really don't see it. I don't see it happening. This 1-year deal with Carlos Correa, this idea that he can sign a 1-year deal, I just don't really see it happening. I know that Carlos Correa wants a multi-year deal. I don't think that he wants a 1-year deal, but if a team does give him a 1-year deal, they're gonna have to give him so much money. And I'll tell you this: Steve Cohen does have a lot of money, but goodness sakes, just imagine paying Carlos Correa, while paying Francisco Lindor, while trying to pay Jacob deGrom next year, while trying to get BASSITT back next year. It's really a lot to think of, to be honest. But yeah, bro. I'm glad you agree with it, man, because that's really what it is, man. Carlos Correa, Carlos Correa is so talented, man. What he said about Derek Jeter, I don't think that he's in play to go to the Yankees. Okay, with the big trade that they made, last night with the Josh Donaldson and the Khalifa trade. I don't see Carlos Correa going to the Mets. I don't see Carlos Correa going anywhere near New York. So in general, it is what it is. Like I said, Carlos Correa, very, very talented player. You know what I'm saying? This guy knows postseason experience. This guy has won a World Series. So it would have been nice to see the Mets get Carlos Correa, but Steve Cohen can't get everybody, and it happens. You know what I'm saying? It happens. Francisco Lindor, we know. Not gonna lie, it would have been nice to have Javier Baez back, but in general, I feel like Javier Baez and Francisco Lindor was just way too comfortable with each other, and that's not good because I want Francisco Lindor to perform, and I want him to be comfortable, but I want him to not just get too relaxed. You know what I'm saying? So in general, that's pretty much some latest news with the Mets. We know the Chris Bassett news. I'm so excited, that Bassett came to the Mets. He's gonna be so important to the New York Mets in general. Chris Bassett, you know what I'm saying? He pitched in the 2021 All-Star game. He is very, very exciting. He has plus stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be a really nice replacement for Marcus Stroman at that number 3 spot. So, great to see that Bassett is going to be with the New York Mets. It's just an amazing news out of there. But definitely, in general, with the latest Mets news, Buck Showalter, said recently that, in a press conference that, basically that, they haven't got every player yet for spring training to report because they've had some, technical issues. They had some, plane issues, that type of stuff. So with flights, so it's completely understandable that, they haven't got all their players. Let's see what Stoney said. Hi, Randy. Any new Mets news? Oh, any Mets news, bro? I just came in here. Sorry. Yeah, Stoney, I definitely get to some reports. So I'm let you know right now. Pete Alonso, was in an accident last night. He was in an accident, and it was very unfortunate. What happened with Pete Alonso? His wife was in the car. But his car did tumble like 3 times. So Pete Alonso is completely fine. He's ready to go for spring training. He's ready to go for the MLB season. So yeah, definitely wanted to get this news out to you, Stoney. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Pete Alonso was in an accident, but he is okay. So at the end of the day, he's just very appreciative of life right now, and he's feeling great. So yeah, man. I'm happy that he's feeling great. I'm happy that he's in a good place and that he's gonna bring some. He's gonna be so good for this team, man. I can't wait for Pete Alonso to perform. I just want to see Pete Alonso perform in the clutch better. I feel like Pete Alonso can do so much more for this team. In general, Pete Alonso is very talented. I know he loves hitting home runs. Who doesn't? We need home runs, right? But in general, I want Pete Alonso to hit for the clutch better and hit for better average. So another news to report to you, Stoney. Definitely Starling Marte. He has an oblique injury. So unfortunately, but he has a little injury there. That's what Buck Showalter said in the recent press conference. And also, they did get an MRI on it, so they got scans on it. They got everything that they needed to see, and they said that he was good. You know what I'm saying? So he doesn't have any, problems with his oblique. That's gonna bring him, in the DL for like 3 months. So that's good news there. I don't want to see Marte, on the disabled list. So hopefully he should be good for, spring training. And if he's not good for spring training, hopefully he will be good for the major league season. So I'm very excited, to see Starling Marte in the season. Very excited. And we know that Ottavino went to the New York Mets. So, Ottavino is going to be a plus player, for this New York Mets team with this bullpen. So I love to see that Ottavino is going to be with his wipeout slider. Definitely agree. We need to sign him after his contract is up. The Polar Bear or Marte. Oh, that's good. Yeah, glad he's okay. Yeah, definitely, man. Stoney, I'll tell you this. We do need to, give him an extension, man. I'll tell you this, but let's see what S-Man said. Keep up the good work, brother. Gotta go to the shift, but stay safe. Thank you so much for coming to the stream. Really appreciate you, man. If you could leave a like, subscribe on the channel, you know what I'm saying? I upload more Mets content, a lot. So we'll get into it. But definitely, yeah, definitely, Stoney, to be honest, that's what happened, with the Polar Bear, and it is what it is. It's big news there. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, keep walking. But yeah, definitely. That is big news there. With the polar bear, it is what it is. Um, I don't think we need to sign him for a little extension. Not just yet. So, see what you said here. I appreciate you, Stoney. Appreciate you, Stoney, for even coming to the stream. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, you're having a great day. Hopefully, I got you all the latest news that you wanted to see. But yeah, I'm very, 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 very excited. ALONSO is going to be with his wipeout slider. He's going to be very, very good. He's going to help out Diaz in the bullpen, and he's going to be a setup man. So, that would be pretty good itself. But also some crazy news right there. Matt Olson to the Braves. You know what I'm saying? That is big news there. I don't know if you guys knew about that. That is crazy, crazy, crazy news. With the Braves losing on Freddie Freeman, it's just crazy to even see that Freddie Freeman is going to another team. I don't even know what team is going to yet, but Matt Olson, to the Braves is crazy, crazy. They gave up so much young talent. They gave up Christian Pache. They gave up a nice right-hander, a nice catcher. So, in general, it is what it is. But, wow, that's a big, big trade that the Braves made. And, currently the prediction says that the Mets are in first place. But you can't go with predictions, See what Stoney said here. See what the Donaldson trade. Yeah, definitely, the Donaldson trade, Josh Donaldson, he brings a lot of controversy, to be honest, with the situation with Garrett Cole. So, with the spider attack, he called them out. So we'll see what happens there. But, Josh Donaldson had a pretty good season last year. Definitely got back to himself, wasn't injured a lot and, hit over 30 home runs. So, they also got rid of Gary Sanchez, which is great because nobody wanted to see Gary Sanchez in the New York Yankees. So it's great to see that they also picked up that defensive catcher. He's actually a young prospect and he's major league ready. So he did play in the major leagues last year, but it was, not, he didn't get so much time because of the other catcher that they had. But definitely Donaldson is going to be big for the, the New York Yankees. But you losing Urshela, that's crazy too. When I saw that Gio Urshela was, leaving New York Yankees, I was like, wow. So who's going to be your shortstop? But then they saw that, they fixed it with the Khalifa. So any more hitters in free agency, man? I'll tell you this. What is it called? Billy Epler recently said that he'll be fairly surprised if they do go for another big bat. So we'll see what happens there. What is it called? With the signing of Marte, with the signing of, Eduardo Escobar, these type of signings and the trade for BASSITT, it doesn't look like they're going for a big, big bat, like Chris Bryant, Nicholas Castellanos, so we'll see what happens there. But definitely Nicholas Castellanos, if they were to sign, if the Mets were to sign him, then they would lose out on a draft pick, for this year. So they don't want to do that. They don't want to break down the farm. So they just want to keep building up the farm. And so I don't see Nicholas Castellanos going to the Mets at all. But Chris Bryant, I know so much Mets fans want him to go to that team, and we'll see what happens there. But in general, man, it's crazy to see that, that there's so much possibilities because of Steve Cohen. Steve Cohen, the owner, is doing whatever he can to make the team successful. So he's not giving up. He's doing what he can. Let's see what he said here. Oh, okay. So you like Jock Peterson, Kyle Schwarber, and Rosario. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you, Rosario. Pretty, he was good in the World Series. I'll tell you that. He performed. He's always been a guy that can hit. Eddie Rosario, can field. So, Jock Peterson, Kyle Schwarber. Kyle Schwarber with Boston, we saw what he did, in the playoffs. Yeah, Kyle Schwarber definitely, get you some home runs, but, he cannot play the field. So, there is a open spot there for the DH, with the National League and Kyle Schwarber, but I don't really see them getting Kyle Schwarber. I see what you said here. I feel you. It would be nice to get one of them. I would say maybe Jock Peterson. maybe Jock Peterson would be nice to see because the Mets don't have a lot of left-handed power there. The left hand, basically anybody really left-handed except for Dominic Smith and Brandon Nimmo. So and Khalil Lee, who's not even really ready for the major leagues. So here and there with the Khalil Lee situation, I don't see him ready for the major leagues yet. He did have a little stint last year, but it wasn't really, much. He got like one big hit and, you know, I don't know. I don't feel like he's ready. So hopefully he does what he needs to do to get ready. Nah, man, you all good, bro. Man, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. I don't mind it. You know what I'm saying? We having a conversation, so it's all good. But definitely with Eddie Rosario, it would be nice to get Eddie Rosario as well. So anybody really left-handed would be nice to get because we do have Marcana, Marte, all these right-handed bats. So we really don't need that left-handed bat. But we'll see what happens. In general, very, very excited. The situation. Yeah, to be honest, very, 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 very excited. With the situation. See what. Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. Eddie Rosario would be a nice plus player, for this team. Like I said, they do need somebody left-handed. They really do need somebody left-handed. Oh man, that's pretty cool too to talk about. I'll tell you this, it would be nice to get Josh Hader. It would be nice to get Josh Hader, but we would have to give up so much. We would probably have to give up Brett Beatty to get Josh Hader. And the Mets are not giving up Josh Hader. And I mean, they're not giving up Beatty anytime soon. So I know that the Milwaukee Brewers, they had a good season last year, great season. They won the division. They didn't go far in the playoffs. They did lose to the World Series. They lost to the Braves. They lost to the Atlanta Braves. So, in general, it is what it is. But Chafin, I think Chafin, he'll be nice to pick up. They do need to pick up somebody left-handed in general. With the loss of Aaron Loop, they do need to pick up somebody. Billy Epler has said recently that Alex Claudio, somebody that they got on a like a minor league deal, is they're gonna take a look at him. So it doesn't really seem like they are, craving that left-handed reliever yet. Now, one of my ideas that I have is David Peterson in the bullpen, as a left-hander, so, I know that David Peterson, he's a starter. Let's see what you say here. We can put Ronnie Mauricio in a trade, and if we have to, one of them guys, Ronnie Mauricio can be traded. He can definitely be traded. I really like Ronnie Mauricio personally. I really like everything he's about. He's a switch switch hitter, man. Not a lot of prospects are switch hitters, so it's really, I would hate to lose Ronnie Mauricio because I do want him to be like on this team somehow. And I know that he doesn't really have a place on this team as a shortstop anymore because of Francisco Lindor. So it does make sense why Ronnie Mauricio is in the trade talks, and why he would be involved there. But in general, I don't want to see Brett Beatty go. I don't want to see a lot of people want to see Mark Vientos get traded. I'll tell you this, Mark Vientos, I really like him. Mark Vientos is a really nice guy. You know what I'm saying? He has nice power. He pretty much had the same season like Brett Beatty. So Brett Beatty and Mark Vientos are going to compete for that third base spot when what is it called? Eduardo Escobar, leaves the New York Mets, and that's like in what, 2 years, 1 year. Well, we do have Escobar for 2 years, but obviously, in general, Mark Vientos is in AAA, so he's ready to go. To be honest, yeah, Vientos, yeah, I like Vientos, man. I feel like Vientos is really, very talented. He has a lot of power. Apparently he has like power like Pete Alonso. So I don't want to give up a guy that I would probably give him up for Hater, of course, but you know, Mark Vientos is not a top prospect, from the organization, from the MLB standpoint, but in general, he's a top prospect for the Mets. So, I've always liked Mark Vientos. They've always said that, oh, he was going to be our third baseman, but then we got Brett Beatty. And that's the thing. Once we got Brett Beatty, we were very, very excited in general. And yeah, it's just exciting to see that Brett Beatty, is going to be in the Mets potential. I can't wait till we see that day, that Brett Beatty comes to the New York Mets. Because they're talking about Brett Beatty like he's the next David Wright. So exactly. Beatty is a beast, man. And I love to see it. You know, I feel like the Mets have a lot of potential, man. They just have a lot. The farm has so much potential. Mark Vientos, Ronnie Mauricio. I feel like Ronnie Mauricio will be traded. It's gonna happen. Unfortunately, I really do like Ronnie Mauricio, like I said, and I don't want him to leave. But if we get somebody better, and if he does, if him being traded does improve this team, then it is what it is. Now, Ronnie Mauricio is a top MLB prospect. So it's not like he's not a top MLB prospect. So we would need to get a lot for Ronnie Mauricio if we do trade him. So, like I said, like you said, in a Josh Hader trade, I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind it because obviously I know that Josh Hader is amazing. What he brings to the table, that lights out, fastball. Goodness sakes. Uh let's see what you said here. How about Ramirez? He looks good. Can't say his name that good. No, yeah, I know you're talking about Jose Ramirez. You know what I'm saying? From the Guardians. In general, Jose Ramirez, I feel like Jose Ramirez, if they were to somehow trade for Jose Ramirez, he would. I think he's going to be a free agent after this year. So I don't know if I would see Jose Ramirez coming to the New York Mets, but with Eduardo Escobar already being in the New York Mets, as a third baseman. So I really don't feel like we need Jose Ramirez that much, to be honest. If Jeff McNeil performs at second base and we got Eduardo Escobar at third, I don't think we really, really, really need Jose Ramirez. But it would be nice to have a player like that because I love the way Jose Ramirez plays the game, man. Yeah, Jose Ramirez is very, very talented. I'll tell you that. But definitely, what is it called? That Matt Olson trade to the Braves is just big, big news. It's crazy news, man. The fact that he's even, going to be a Brave. Matt Olson is going to be an Atlanta Brave, and they gave up so much young talent for Matt Olson, and they do have Matt Olson for this year and the next year. So, you know what I'm saying? It's not like they just traded him for just this year. So, yeah, it's crazy that they even traded, that they even got Matt Olson, because Matt Olson is going to be very, very big for this team, the Braves. And you know, hopefully this does something better for the Mets. Okay, we know that they don't have Freddie Freeman no more, so they are not the World Series. What is it called, favorite right now because of the loss of Freddie Freeman. But Matt Olson does improve the team. Not better than when they were with Freeman, but Matt Olson had a very, very good year. He hit more home runs than Freeman. He got more RBIs than Freeman, but he just didn't hit a better average than Freeman. So we'll see what happens with Matt Olson. I'm not gonna lie, hitting in the American League and the National League is different. It feels different. We see a lot of hitters, come from the American League to the National League and struggle. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, I'm definitely shocked that that happened. What is it called? Let's see here. Some latest mention. Some latest. apparently says Suzuki, is near. His decision is near. Suzuki is an outfielder, right fielder, definitely has a plus arm, from the Japan, young. So, he worked out with the Padres recently, and he is friends with Yu Darvish. He has the same agent as Yu Darvish. So we'll see what happens there with Suzuki, but you know, it would have been nice to see the Mets go after Suzuki because obviously, like, it wouldn't. I feel like they do need a right fielder, but with the loss of Conforto. But we'll see what happens there, to be honest, because we do have Marcana, and I don't want to, like, just write off Marcana because Marcana is going to be very, very good for this team. If you thought that, Marcana is not going to be good for this team, I'll tell you this: Marcana is going to be good, but we'll see. But definitely Suzuki decision is near. And, Zaya Suzuki, something like that, is going to be, hopefully he's going to be, well, I don't think he's going to be in the Mets. The Mets are not going to, the Mets are not really in play for him currently. So it does suck that, do I think that we need another outfielder? I'm not gonna lie, it wouldn't hurt. I'll tell you this: it wouldn't hurt. If we was to get another outfielder, it wouldn't hurt. Somebody that Suzuki is right-handed, so we do have enough right-handed bats. Like I said, we do need like a left-handed bat. Khalil Lee, Nick Plummer. That's really the only outfield depth that we really have. And it is what it is. We just don't really have a lot of outfield depth right now. With other than Brandon Nimmo, Starling Marte, Marcana. I mean, who the heck is Nick Plummer? Like, I don't even know about Nick Plummer. But apparently he is supposed to be good. So we'll see what happens. But that's what I said. I don't think that we would go after Nicholas Castellanos because then we would have to give up a draft pick. We wouldn't be able to have our draft pick this year. So I don't see us going after Nicholas Castellanos. And I know that would be, I'm not gonna lie, if the Mets were to sign Nicholas Castellanos, it would make the team way better. Offensively, defensively, it would not make the team better because Nicholas Castellanos is not a good outfielder defensively, but offensively, he would be a great addition to this team, and he would give this team a big bat. I'll tell you that. Nicholas Castellanos, I don't know, because I know that Steve Cohen wants to win very, very soon. So, I mean, I don't think it's impossible, but I don't know. I don't feel like it's really in play, to be honest. With Billy Epler saying that he'll be fairly surprised if they get a big bat, I just don't see it happening. I really don't see it happening. But yeah, man, it's crazy. Goodness sakes, what is gonna happen? What is gonna happen today? Like, we just got Matt Olson to the Braves. Like, yesterday we had Josh Donaldson to the Yankees. Like, goodness, what is next? What is next for the MLB free agency? Because it's crazy. It's crazy to see that, there's so much moves being made by the free agency. Like I said, Matt Olson going to the Braves is big, big news. But in general, guys, the Mets need to. I don't feel like the Mets are done, making moves. So hopefully they do something to improve their bullpen, left-handed wise. Like I said, they were looking at Alex Claudio, a potential left-handed spot. They don't have Daniel Zamora no more. So we'll see what happens there. But, you said that we could go after Matt Chapman. I wouldn't mind him in a trade. I'm not gonna lie to you. You make a good selection there. I'm not gonna lie. Matt Chapman would be a nice little play there. In general, Matt Chapman, is a guy that can, he's good on defense, definitely good on offense. He does strike out a bit, so it is concerning that he does strike out. But in general, I would like to see Matt Chapman, in the New York Mets. I've been wanting to see Matt Chapman in a New York Mets uniform since last year. So it would be nice to see Matt Chapman, as a New York Met, but I don't think it's gonna happen. And if it does happen, then obviously Jeff McNeil is going to be involved in the trade because they're not. I don't think they're trading anybody unless they do something with Mark Vientos and maybe someone else for Matt Chapman. Maybe that can work, but I don't want them to give up Jeff McNeil. I don't. They're not giving up Eduardo Escobar because they just got him. Yeah, I really don't see it happening. I just don't see Matt Chapman unless they, like I said, they trade Mark Vientos, and I don't know really, are they going to trade Mark Vientos and get Chapman? I really don't know there, to be honest. It would be nice to see Matt Chapman in a New York Mets uniform. I'll tell you that, because Matt Chapman, he's like a Nolan Arenado. Like he can just field the ball so nicely. Hit you for power, but he does strike out a bit, and that is concerning. So, yeah, exactly. We're not giving up Escobar. We're not giving up Eduardo Escobar at all. I don't see that happening. I don't want it to happen. I'll tell you that. So yeah, I want the Mets to do something exciting, you know, but I don't want him to hurt the future of this team. So if they do make an exciting trade, I don't want, them to give up a Brett Beatty. They're not giving up. Okay, so I'll tell you this: they're not giving up Francisco Alvarez. Francisco Alvarez is staying with the Mets for a long, long time. So Francisco Alvarez is going to be our catcher for the next. Whew, whew. We could watch. Don't worry. Francisco Alvarez is staying with the Mets. Okay, nobody is getting Francisco Alvarez. So that's good there. But in general, Brett Beatty, I don't want to see him traded either. Brett Beatty, they talking about him like he's the next David Wright. So I don't want to see him traded. But yeah, I don't want to see. But Matt Chapman, man, would be nice to see on this team. Would be beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. I do like Eduardo Escobar. I haven't seen Eduardo Escobar play. Well, I've seen him play with the Diamondbacks, but in general, we'll see what happens there. But Eduardo Escobar, I feel like it's gonna be very, very good. Yeah, man. Alvarez is too damn good. You're right about that, man. Alvarez is not going nowhere. I'll tell you that. So we got James McCann for a couple of years. We got like 3 more years. Unfortunately, we'll probably trade James McCann and then just bring up Alvarez when he's ready, and then we're good. Because I'll tell you this, Alvarez is going to be such a beautiful, amazing player for this team, and goodness sakes, man, his power is insane. If you thought Pete Alonso's power was insane, goodness sakes, Alvarez is just amazing. Goodness, like woo, woo. Oh my God. I'm so excited about Francisco Alvarez to the Mets. I can't wait till he does come to the Mets. But, it would be a nice trade. Matt Chapman going to the Mets somehow. We would have to give up Mark Vientos. Or, yeah, we would have to give up him. There's no way that they would trade Matt Chapman and not get another third baseman that's either major league ready or close. So, in general, let me know what you guys think about Matt Chapman. Let me know what you guys think about, in general. Anything you guys want to talk about, I could talk about today, so it don't matter. But very, very, very excited about the state of the New York Mets right now. I feel like how do you guys feel about the current roster right now? Thank God that the Mets have Pete Alonso, because we do have one of the best first basemen in all of baseball. You know what I'm saying? Offensively, defensively, Pete Alonso is not the best. But, did you see the Rockies are going after Chris Bryant? I'm going to check that out right now. Did you see the Rockies are going after Chris? Yeah, I saw them. I saw that Chris Bryant, the Rockies had a little interest in Chris Bryant, but I don't see currently on MLB trade rumors that anything that's any rumblings or that they're trying to sign him yet. But I know they had interest in him, and it makes sense, with the loss of Arenado, it makes complete sense that they would go for a guy like Chris Bryant. But I feel like personally, guys, that Chris Bryant is going to sign with somebody like the Phillies, because Chris Bryant is best friends with Bryce Harper. His wives are friends, like their wives are friends. So I think that Chris Bryant is going to go to the Phillies somehow, and that's going to be big for the Phillies because we know with the Phillies, and we know that they have that third baseman, that young third baseman that played, and defensively he's just not great. So it would be nice. Let's see what you said here. Do you think we are getting another bat, and who do you think we would get? Thanks for coming to the stream, man. I really appreciate it. I think that definitely, Billy Epler said recently that he would be fairly surprised if the New York Mets was to get a big bat. I do think that it is in play for the team still. Steve Cohen, is not shying away from the Cohen tax, the Cohen threshold, or whatever that they're calling it, the luxury tax. So it is a possibility that, the Mets could get somebody like Nicholas Castellanos, somebody like Chris Bryant, somebody really like, Suzuki, what I'm saying, that just worked out with the Padres recently. Somebody like that would be a big bat. It would be nice to see the Mets get a big bat. I just don't see it personally really happening right now. I would love to see it because I do want to see this team get better. I personally wanted the Mets to sign Nelson Cruz for like 1 year or something like that. I feel like he could have added, something to this lineup. But the Nationals picked him up. Out of everybody, the freaking Nationals picked up Nelson Cruz. So it's crazy that to see that Nelson Cruz went to the Nationals because the Padres and the Dodgers were interested in him as well. So I don't really see us getting a big bat. Maybe we'll get a big bat by trade. But I don't see it by signing. I'll tell you that. I don't really see them signing Nicholas Castellanos. Because if we do get Nicholas Castellanos, then we would have to give up that draft pick, for this year. So they don't want to break down the farm. They don't want to lose out on the farm. They just want to keep building the farm. So it makes sense, why they wouldn't go after Nicholas Castellanos because he did reject the qualifying offer from the Cincinnati Reds. So we'll see what happens there. But in general, I'm very, very excited about the state of the New York Mets. I feel like the Mets offensively are way better than they were last year. But it all has to do with the way, the players perform. Francisco Lindor, Jeff McNeil, Eduardo Escobar, these guys, and it has to do with how they perform. Mark Hanna is going to be very, very important to this team because they really don't have a right fielder except for Mark Hanna. So I would like to see Mark Hanna have a good season as well, but we'll see what happens there. But for the Mets to be successful, they have to make moves and, but the players have to perform because if they don't perform like they didn't last year, then we're not going nowhere. We're not. So the offense has to perform. And, with the Mets last year, the pitching was good, for the first half, but the offense was terrible and we were still in first place. So just imagine if the Mets were to have a great offense, a consistent offense, because that's the thing with the Mets, man. So many times that, we had somebody on second base less than 1 out and we did not move him to third somehow, so that's what the Mets need to work on, so hopefully in 2022, Buck Showalter, the hitting coach Eric Chavez, all these people really think about, listen, we need to improve this team. We need to make moves. And you know what I'm saying? if we have a guy at second base and we want him to get a third, with less than, if we have a guy less than one out, at second base, let's move him to third somehow. Let's get him to third. Let's hit a fly ball or let's bunt him over. Let's play some small ball. I don't think the Mets need to hit home runs every single day. It is what it is. But I'm very, very excited that, with the new staff, I'm very, very excited with Buck Showalter. I love what I've seen from Buck Showalter. Buck Showalter has been amazing in press conferences. This guy is so chill. This guy is so real. I love the Luis Rojas as well, but Buck Showalter, so experienced. That's the thing. Rojas did not have experience. So with Buck Showalter having that MLB major league experience, it's great. It's great to see that, we have a manager with experience, because it brings more seriousness to the team and, more accountability. So we'll see what happens there. But definitely, I think the Mets do need to look at, if they do need a big bat, they got to make a move, because spring training is coming very, very soon, in like 4 days. So I'm very excited. Let me know if you guys are excited, because I'm so excited about this season. This is going to be a great season, guys. Yeah, man, we need some guys in the outfield, some rest. Definitely, yeah, that's what I'm saying. We do need to make moves. I feel like they do need another outfielder. Either I would say left-handed on the side. So if the Mets were to get either Eddie Rosario, somebody like that, somebody like Jock Peterson, somebody that can be out there, you know what I'm saying, get you some at bats, doesn't need to be, a starter, then I'll be fine with that, because I'm not gonna lie, Jock Peterson, I do like. He does strike out a lot, and it is unfortunate, but yeah, Jock Peterson just won the World Series, man. So he has that postseason experience, so we'll see what happens there. But I'm very, very excited about the state of the team. I think the Mets do need to realize that if they want to make a big move for a big bat, they have to do it. They have to do it soon, because spring training, like I said, is in 4 days. Then we're gonna have the major league season in April 7th. So, we're gonna have a road opener against the Washington Nationals. So we'll see what happens there. But man, I'm a little concerned about Marte, man, and that oblique injury, because I don't want him to be injured and miss out really on any time. So we'll see what happens there, but I really don't want Starling Marte to be injured. So I don't want anybody to be injured at all. So let's see what let's just see what happens, But let me know, that is a good point. I'm not gonna lie to you. Or we could get Soler too. Jorge Soler, you know, Jorge Soler, performed last year in the World Series. He had a big home run. But the thing is about Jorge Soler, he has not been great, batting average, for his whole, his career wise. But in general, I don't think the Mets need another right-handed bat, unless it's like a big bat. Unless it's like a big bat like Nicholas Castellanos or Suzuki or something like that. I don't think the Mets need to make a play for somebody like a right-handed bat that is not a big bat. I'll tell you this, Jorge Soler, I do like him, so we'll see what happens there. But we need left-handed bats. I'll tell you that. Brandon Nimmo and Khalil Lee are the only really options in the that left-handed spot. Well, we do have Dominic Smith, right? So I don't. God, Dominic Smith. Me personally, man. I like Dominic Smith, man. I did like him in 2020. I mean 2020. He had a good year, but in 2021, he had a terrible year, and it really does suck that, Dominic Smith had a terrible year last year. So we'll see what happens in general with Dominic Smith. But in general, do you guys want to see Dominic Smith traded? or do you guys want him in the Mets still? Because I feel like personally, with DH, it gives us more opportunities to play Dominic Smith, but I know that Robinson Cano is going to be a DH for this team also. So we'll see what happens. Buck Showalter has recently said that Robinson Cano is going to play some second base. He's going to DH and he's going to play first base. So I don't know what the hell Buck Showalter is thinking about Robinson Cano, and that he can still play second base, first base, and DH. I don't see it. Like, what? I don't know what Buck Showalter is thinking about that, but Robinson Cano, he's gonna be very important, man. It really is a hard choice to make with Dom, man. It's a hard choice with Dominic Smith, man. I don't know whether to trade him or to keep him. It's a tough scenario because he's still young, right? He's still young, so it's tough. But I feel like he can be better on another team. Me personally, I think the Mets should trade Dominic Smith for someone, and hopefully, they get somebody good. But tell you this, Dominic Smith did not have a good year last year, and I really don't want to see Dominic Smith, have another bad year for this team. I don't think the Mets can afford to see Dominic Smith have another bad year. So, Dominic Smith is not an outfielder, guys. He is not an outfielder, okay? I don't want to see Dominic Smith in the outfield again, okay? If we have Brandon Nimmo, Starling Marte, and Mark Canha, I don't want to see Dominic Smith in left field. I don't think Dominic Smith in left field is going to be nice to look at. I'm not going to lie. Dominic Smith did work very, very hard, to, be better in the outfield. And he was better than the previous year. But he's just not an outfielder. He's a first baseman. And if the Mets were to trade him and get somebody, for Dominic Smith, then make the move, man. Because... And, another thing, guys, we still got J.D. Davis on the team. I don't, damn, man. I'm not going to lie. I don't want to see J.D. Davis ever play third base for this team again. I don't want to see ever J.D. Davis playing third base for this team. J.D. Davis has a lot to, to bring to a team. You know what I'm saying? He does strike out a bit. He can hit for power. He can hit for the opposite field. But in general, guys, J.D. Davis, Dominic Smith, that's the thing. These two guys, Dominic Smith and J.D. Davis, they don't really have a play. They don't really have like a place on this team. So that's why it's really tough to see that, J.D. Davis and Dominic Smith are still on this team, because it's weird that they are on this team right now. But yeah, guys, you know what I'm saying? We could talk about anything that you guys want to talk about, but man, the big trade to talk about is Matt Olson to the Braves. This is big news. I really can't believe that. Oh, actually, you were right about that. You were right about that. Let's see your name over here. Who was that? Lindor. Lindor probably. No. You said about the Rockies. Apparently, the Rockies are aggressively pursuing Chris Bryant. Oh, wow. So listen, I'm not gonna lie. Like I said recently, with the loss of Arenado, Chris Bryant would be a nice fit for. I think he would be a beautiful fit for the. That's the thing. The Rockies, man. The Rockies are not winning anytime soon. That park is so hard to play in, man. That park is so, because like, you can hit so much home runs and then you can go on the road and like be terrible. So that's the thing. But with the Rockies aggressively pursuing, Chris Bryant, wow. I'm not gonna lie, it will be crazy, because I feel like personally the Phillies should go after Chris Bryant. But listen, if the Chris Bryant does not end up in the Phillies, then it is what it is. Better for the Mets, I'll tell you that. But wow. That is crazy that, the Rockies are going after him. Rockies have been pretty much silent this offseason. They haven't made great moves. You know what I'm saying? So this would be the big move that they made the whole offseason. So, guys, you know, we got to be excited about the New York Mets right now. We got to be excited about the state. You know, we can't complain. You know what I'm saying? We can't have everything that we want. You know, obviously we have an owner that's ready to spend money. I'll tell you that. Steve Cohen is ready to spend money. So listen, yeah, that don't make sense to me about Bryant, man. I completely I know what you mean. I like, you know, Chris Bryant going to the Rockies. You know, he would hit a lot of home runs there. I'll tell you that. He would hit a lot of home runs there, but I don't know. It's not really like an attractive place to play in. You know what I'm saying? I guess if you want home runs, if you want to like, I don't know, have more home runs for your career, go to the Rockies. But bro, who wants to play for freaking Denver? Who wants to play for Denver, Colorado? Like the Rockies? I'll tell you this: if I was a major league player, I would not want to go to the Rockies. The way you feel in that stadium, it's crazy. It's, ugh, I don't know. But yeah, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream, man. I just want to say thank you for coming out to the stream with me. I really appreciate you guys so much. Love you guys so much. You guys have been awesome. Thank you guys for coming to the stream. Always want to end my streams and my videos with telling you guys you can do anything that you want to do in your life. Don't let anyone stop you. And yeah, I love GM for life. And stay blessed, guys. Love you guys so much. Have a great day.